This is the OnePlus Open in 2025. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you guys are new to the channel, hi there. So yeah, I'm going to be making this video and talking about OnePlus Open in 2025 because it's still a very good phone. But the OnePlus Open 2 is right around the corner. We should be expecting it sometime, rumors indicate Q1 of 2025. But it may be pushed out to Q2 of 2025. We don't fully know, but it's looking promising. However, with all of that at the back of our minds, how has OnePlus Open held up, and is it still worth it picking up this device knowing its successor is coming very soon? And I want to start things off with design. First of all, I mean, I've had this since launch, so it's been over a year. I got this at the end of 2023. I've made countless videos on this. I've used this as my daily driver, like my daily phone for quite some time. So I've had a lot of experience. And the alert slider is one of my favorite parts about it. It's one of my favorite parts about a OnePlus, but the fact that it's on the Open, I really do appreciate. I think a lot of other OEMs, a lot of other smartphone manufacturers should take note and bring something like an alert slider. It's just really intuitive and really easy to use. Now, I also do love the outer screen. It feels like a conventional smartphone. So there are a lot of times where I'm not opening up the inner display. I am using the outer display quite often. And it's actually surprising because, well, I mean, you'd buy a foldable to use the larger display, but this is actually super easy to use as well. Now, the inner display, likewise, I love using the inner display because it is phenomenal. Like the quality itself, the fact that like the crease does not get in the way, everything about it. It's slim bezels all around. It doesn't have an under display camera like the Fold 6. It's just a superb inner display. I believe it's sitting at 7.8 inches diagonal, and that's pretty large. That's a pretty large display. So if you want to kind of carry a phone / a mini tablet, this is the way to go. And I got back into Clash of Clans because of rocking the OnePlus Open. And it's just been a great experience using this device. So yeah, I love both inner and outer displays. Now, what I have noticed, it would fold completely flat before, but now it's obviously it doesn't really fold completely flat anymore. But you know, that's just something I wanted to throw out there. It doesn't really annoy me that much, but closing it is very satisfying. I absolutely just love folding it and closing it. And first of all, and also, not first of all, but also the back leather feel, I love that too. And it's actually pretty light. Like it's pretty light and easy to use. And this is actually like one of the first phones, not even foldable, one of the first phones that I've been rocking without a case. I don't even use like a bumper case or anything, and it's held up very well. I mean, I have dropped it maybe once or twice, and I got a couple like nicks and stuff around the side right here, but the overall feel and just how I use it on a day-to-day basis has been great. And it's not that easy for it to fall out of your hand. Like it has a really tight grip because of this like leather back type of feeling. So yeah, good job in the design department, OnePlus, and I hope the successor has like a similar design, at least with like this leather feel to it, because I absolutely love it. The performance has also been good. And even though it's rocking Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and we now have Snapdragon 8 Elite, it still performs like a champ. I mean, OnePlus went big with their first foldable. And I know it's going to be, people are going to say, oh, this was a Oppo Find N3 rebrand and they didn't really go big. They just took what the Oppo Find N3 had and brought it here and whatever. But it's still OnePlus's quote unquote first foldable, and they went big with specs. And that's how I think a foldable should be, big with specs. 16 gigs of RAM, half a terabyte of storage, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and going into 2025, if you have this device or if you recently bought it or if you're still on the fence of buying one, it's going to perform like a champ. I've used it as a daily device for quite some time in the past year and a half, and I've had no problems with it. With all the software updates, and now that I got Android 15, my previous software update with like the clearing notifications from the lock screen, that has pretty much gone away. Usually it would take me like 3 or 4 times to try and clear them, but that has since gone away. I do have Android 15 right here on the OnePlus Open, and OnePlus typically promises 4 years of software updates, so we should be getting on top of 15 3 more years, Android 16, Android 17, and Android 18. So hopefully we do get those 3 more years, but 4 years is pretty decent. Yeah, it's not 7 or anything like that, but at least I got Android 15 on my OnePlus devices before Samsung. So that is saying a lot, and Samsung was doing very well. I still think they're doing pretty well in the software department. But yeah, daily use has been great, and even in 2025, it's still going to perform like a champion. Don't get stuck on the fact that it has Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. That's completely okay. It's still a very powerful chipset. Now the camera has also held up very well, and honestly, it's been my favorite foldable camera to use, or camera on a foldable to use. And I think it's the closest to flagship quality. Now it's not actual flagship quality, but I think it's really close up there. And again, that's what I think a foldable should have. High-end specs, high quality camera, and OnePlus is really up there. They're very close, and hopefully with the OnePlus Open 2, we get something like that. We get a flagship camera. But even if you have this, if you're rocking it and you take photos, videos, you know it's going to be a great camera setup. Absolutely love it. And this is one of the first OnePlus cameras that I actually have enjoyed using. So that goes a long way in saying that, because OnePlus, in my experience up until a certain point recently, has kind of, camera was the main part of the phone that they would kind of lack, and they would cut corners. But I feel like with the Open, they did a phenomenal job. So good job, OnePlus, in the camera department. The battery life has been by far my favorite part about this. First of all, it has a 4,805 milliamp hour battery, which obviously is lasting me all day, no problems whatsoever. Not only that, 67 watts of fast charging. I love it. I really do love it. Now it doesn't have wireless charging. That was a whole thing when it first came out. I've gotten used to the fact that it doesn't have wireless charging, but the fact that it has that fast 67 watt charging really does make it up for me. So I don't need to charge that night, wake up in the morning, plug it in for 20, 30 minutes. I'm literally all set to go for the entire day. And when I'm using this on a day-to-day basis, like I'm watching lots of YouTube videos, and that's usually sometimes playing in the background while I'm doing some other work, or I'm using it for threads. Again, I'm also using it for Clash of Clans. I'm using it for Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and all that stuff. Calling, texting, obviously, and it doesn't break a sweat. It really lasts me all day. So that's one of the best parts about the OnePlus Open. Now, usually I do talk about pricing with devices, but you know, the OnePlus Open 2 is right around the corner, and you know, this retails for $1,700. I've seen it on sale so many times before. So what I would say is, obviously, don't pick this up at retail, and if you see it on sale, that it's a little bit more of there's more reasons to buy it when it's on sale. But that's going to kind of want to tie me into the fact that OnePlus Open 2 is coming very soon. Like, my final thoughts about this: it's a great foldable. Still one of my old-time favorite foldables by far. And I just have had a great experience with this, with pretty much the battery life, display, software, design, camera. It's been truly a great experience. I'm so glad I picked this up when it first came out. That being said, should you pick this up? And my answer to that is, at this point in 2025, especially if you're watching this right before the Open 2 comes out, I'd say hold on just a little bit longer. Wait until the Open 2 releases. If for some reason you just don't really see the need to get the Open 2, and you say, okay, OnePlus Open is perfectly fine, it will suffice my needs, pick up the OnePlus Open, pick up the first gen. But if there's enough upgrades from the first to second gen, which kind of persuades you or kind of catches your eye, and you want to pick up the Open 2, I'd say pick up the Open 2. And easy answer, I mean, if you guys just want me to summarize it, just wait until OnePlus Open 2. Then when the Open 2 comes out, make up your choice. But until then, I say hold on just a little bit longer. But I do want to say this: don't skip on foldables. especially with OnePlus devices, I think there's still a lot of innovating in the foldable space. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to superman the like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot. Will help push my content out to more people. This is one of my wallpaper packs called Illusions 2.0. I am working on a new wallpaper pack that I hopefully am planning to release very soon, and hopefully we can reach our goal in 2025 on MTG Productions and make it to 60,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much for watching. That's been it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, maybe with the OnePlus Open 2. Who knows?